Hi guys, so good morning and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite Goddess, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. It's 10:36 in the morning AM nga eh. So ayan guys, I've missed you. I'm it's so busy. Like I have to do XYZ things, but it will soon end, and that's something you need to know. So I will be um, doing everything that I want for the next 6 months. So it's time it's time to go. So ayan guys, I'm gonna read 217 and 218 of the book Mastery. So ayan, I missed you guys. Parang uh, I'm not feeling like 100% productive when I'm not filming with you, or if I'm not reading for you, or I'm not making chika moments. So feeling ko hindi ganun ka productive and fulfilling yung araw ko. So I'm so tired, like I'm trying to finish many things all at once. So, parang I'm wrapping things up lately. Kaya, hindi ako masyado nandito. And, yan. So, anyways, wala pa naman tayong major chika. Hindi ako masyadong lumalabas lately. Just because I need to finish siguro yung the entire June. So, after that, I can finally be free. Free to go. So, yan. Continue na tayo reading. Okay? Getting in the air would impress the public, gain attention, and attract financial backing. This led to many crashes, constant redesigns, the search for the perfect engine, new materials, and more crashes. They were getting nowhere, and the reason was simple. As Wilbur knew, the key to building anything right is repetition. So, ganun lang talaga, no? I think you have to put this on your... Remember this quotation. So, it's not something that is... it's not something that you can just read about. It's something that that must be embedded on your behalf. Okay? The key to building anything right is repetition. Parang ano lang yan. Nag-flicker na naman yung ilaw. Parang ano lang yan, when you're going to the gym, you're building your muscles or making it more visible, healthy, and ano ba? Parang depending on what you want to do with it. If you want to make it lean or ganun. So, it was only by getting their hands on bicycles, fiddling, and tinkering with them, then riding them and gaining a feel for that work, that the brothers had been able to design a superior variety of bicycle. Because the designers of the flying machines could not fly for more than a minute, they were locked into a vicious cycle. They were never airborne long enough to learn how to fly and to properly test out their designs or get a feel for what might work. They were doomed to failure. Segue lang ako something. In order for you to prosper, guys, you gotta make sure that the thing that you are doing right now, for example, your work or business or anything like that, guys, make sure that you kind of like love it, or like you have a sense of fulfillment when you are doing it. Kasi otherwise, diba, what the hell are you doing with your life? It's not, hindi ka pwedeng laging nagbibigay. The self-sacrificial things is not good for any one of us. Sa totoo lang. So, I used to be like that. Pero now, I think from this day onwards, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Kasi, um, I'm kind of like, I'm feeling disrespected, myself, my inner self, and my entire being if I'm overly giving. So, the next 6 months, I won't do it anymore. So, or the next, not only the next 6 months, from this day onwards. So, ang hirap lang yung parang laging ikaw na lang, 'di ba? It doesn't mean that you can do anything. I mean, that you have to do everything. So, di naman porket, for example, sabihin na natin all-knowing ka, which is, alam mo talagang ginagawa mo, 'di ba? Doesn't really mean na ikaw na talaga gagawa nun lahat. Okay? Let them do their fucking job too. And stop being kind or nice. Okay? Kasi most of the time, they will take advantage of you. Your abilities, capabilities, your talents, everything. Wilbur discovered another great flaw in their thinking that shocked him. They all overvalued the importance of stability. They thought in terms of a ship floating through the air. A ship is designed to maintain balance and to move in as stable and straight a manner as possible. Tipping from side to side is far too dangerous. Based on this analogy, they decided to design the wings of their flying machines in a slight V shape to compensate for any sudden gusts of wind and to keep the cruising aircraft in a straight line. But Wilbur felt that thinking in terms of ships was the wrong analogy. Instead, it was far wiser to think in terms of a bicycle. Blah blah. Tagal ko sa inyo hindi nagbabasa, na ako. What is that? Ano ba tawag na rattle, choking, ano ba? Hindi na natin masabi. So, chokehold, natataran na, nauutal. Something like that. So, a bicycle is inherently unstable. It is the rider who learns quickly enough how to keep the bike in a secure position and to steer it properly by leaning to the side. A pilot of a flying machine, as he imagined, should be able to safely bank and turn or tilt up or down and not be locked into a rigid horizontal line like a ship. Trying to free the machine from the effects of the wind was actually quite dangerous because it would remove the ability of the pilot to adjust. Armed with this knowledge, it was easy enough for Wilbur to convince his brother that a flying machine should be their next and ultimate challenge. They would have to use their limited profits from the bicycle shop to fund the project. This would force them to be creative, using scrap parts and never trying anything beyond their means. Instead of beginning with a grandiose device to test out their ideas, they would have to slowly evolve the perfect design, just as they had done with the printing press and the bicycle. They decided to begin as modestly as possible. They designed various kites to help them determine the perfect overall shape for a test glider. Then, based on what they had learned, they fashioned the glider itself. They wanted to teach themselves how to fly. The usual method of launching a glider off the crest of a hill was too dangerous. Instead, they decided to move operations to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the site of the strongest winds in the United States. There, on the sand dunes of the beaches of Kitty Hawk, they could get airborne from small elevations, fly close to the ground, and land in a soft bed of sand. In the year 1900 alone, they were able to perform more test flights than Lilienthal that attempted over many years. They slowly perfected the design and improved the materials and configuration. For instance, they learned to make the wings longer and For instance, they learned to make the wings longer and thinner to improve the lift. Ano ba yan? Tumatawag yung lola ko. Baka pakialaman na naman yung aking mga desisyon sa life. So by 1903, they had a glider they could fly for considerable distances with remarkable control over turning and banking. It was indeed like flying a bicycle. Now it was time to take the final step, adding the engine and propellers to their design. As before, they look at the designs of their rivals and notice another weakness. They had modeled their propellers on those of boats, once again opting for stability. Based on their own research, the brothers decided that the blades should be cambered, like the wings of a bird, that would give the plane more thrust. Looking to purchase the slightest engine to power the machine, they found it was far beyond their budget. So with the help of mechanic in their shop, they built their own engine. So ayan guys, I'm reading for you, but my headspace is like in another dimension, in another space, in another universe. Paano ba to? How to ground myself? I think I'm going to run later. Hindi ako nakatakbo kahapon because the time that I was about to run, 6 p.m. So umulan siya and I wasn't able to go. So, nakakaloka kasi I was ready yesterday, pero like the weather doesn't want me to do my thing. So, with the help of a mechanic in their shop, they built their own engine. In total, the cost of their flying apparatus would come in under $1,000, considerably less than any of the designs of their competitors. On December 17, 1903, Wilbur plotted their flying machine at Kitty Hawk for an impressive 59 seconds, the first man-controlled and powered flight in history. Over the years, they would improve the design and the flight times would increase. For the other competitors in the race, it was a complete mystery how two men without any engineering or aeronautic experience or financial backing up had managed to get there first. So, there are, I believe these people are what you call the risk takers. Kasi even though they don't have the means or the experience, they just kind of like go for what they want, diba? And they have the determination and the vision to finish it or to get it exactly how they wanted to. It's not exactly, but you know, the anticipation is there. But basta yung end point nun is like they're going to get there even though hindi pa nila masyadong alam, even though they don't know how to navigate it perfectly. I hope you are getting my point. You know guys, I'm pretty sure na matatalino yung viewers ko because you happen to found my channel. So try to understand it in the best of your abilities. And I trust you guys. So yeah, the development of the airplane represents one of the greatest technological achievements in our history, with profound ramifications for the future. There simply was no real precedent or model to base the flying machine on. It was a genuine puzzle, and it required the highest degree of ingenuity to solve it. In the history of its invention, we can observe two radically different approaches. On the one side was a large group of engineers and designers with backgrounds in the sciences who saw the problem in abstract terms: how to get the plane launched and propelled, how to overcome wind resistance, and so on. They focused largely on the technology and work to create the most efficient parts, the most powerful engines, the best design wings, all of his based on elaborate lab research. Money was no object. This process depended on specialization, individuals who focus on different parts and who specialize in different materials. may nag-aayos sa labas ng wirings. So, masyadong maingay yung mga dogs. Kaya nyo yan, guys. So, in many cases, the designer would not end up being the pilot. Someone else would do the test flights. On the other side were the two men from a completely different background. For them, the pleasure and excitement of design was in doing everything themselves. They designed the machine, built it, and flew it. Their model depended not on superior technology, but on the highest number of test runs, creating an optimal learning curve. So, ayan na guys. Natapos na natin yung session natin for today. I'm glad that I'm back. Diba, I keep on telling you that I'm doing everything to be present on a daily basis with you. So, it's good that I have time now. So, thank you guys for listening, for having me, for doing you, for always being there, you know. Huwag naman kayong if you pwede na kayong mag-like and share, guys. Subscribe, guys, okay? So, ayan, I will see you again.
Te encontré sin buscarte y sin amor. Vos tan cruda, yo al galope y sin razón. Nos fuimos a sembrar un vivero sin color. Y una lluvia inundó lo que quedó igual. Te invité a vivir al palacio del terror. Yo vivía dentro de un caparazón. Nos soltamos de la mano aquella vez. Vi tu espalda ir de un infierno.